Okay, so I've got a collection of textured items in front of me here, and I've torn up some bits of very thin, this is photocopy paper, so quite thin paper to use, okay? And if we place this over the top of a textured item, so I'm just going to use, what should we use first? I use the sieve here, and I've got some oil pastels, but you can use wax crayons and we can use pencils as well if you want to, and then literally just use the side of it to rub gently over the top of the paper, and it should pick up the rubbing of the textured object underneath. So I'm just going to do it in a few places so that we get a nice area covered. I might even swap colours. There we go. We can have part of it with pink and we can do part of it in green. See what happens when the two mix together as well. That works better if it's rolling all the way down there. There we go, right, that's one. And I've got an object here, it's like a little treasure chest. I'm going to run over the top. See what that will pick up. Some things will give you a clearer image than others. But some of that pattern's actually coming up. You might need to rub it a few times just to make sure that you've got something clear coming through. There we are, we've got a bit of a pattern coming through there. Right, let's see what else we've got. So I've got some of my children's Lego here. And that's come out quite well. I'm holding it nice and still with one hand so that it doesn't move. So if it moves, you're going to get a double image. There we go. Right, what else have I got here? So I've got some Lego on the other side. Let's see what comes out if we do it from the underneath. There we go, so I'm getting the underneath pattern there. And you can swap that round a few times, so we almost have a repeat pattern coming through as well as the texture. Oh look, you can see what happens if you move it now. There we go, and what else? We've got a leaf here as well, so we can try a leaf. So make sure the veins are facing up towards the paper. Hold it down with one finger again. Gently put your crayon or your pastel or your pencil over the top, and we should be able to get that leaf texture coming through really nicely. All those veins are coming through quite clearly. And again, that could create a pattern, so you might even move that and you can have a double pattern coming over the top. So I think I might even do a third one on there. Let's have a bit of an autumn theme coming through with the colours as well there. There we are, that one's worked quite well. And I've got some money. Let's see what happens with the coins. Let's try this one with a pencil so you can see that you can do it with a pencil as well. But use the side of that lead rather than using the tip of it. Try and use the side of it and it should come out a little bit clearer. So if you don't have any crayons, you can use pencils, coloured pencils. Get a bit of variety, otherwise you're always having the same colour. But you can see that money works quite well as well. Get that 50p come through. Again, you can move around, swap them around, see if you can get some repeat patterns coming through as well. There we go. And what else have we got on here? So this is a textured pot here. And if we lay that over the top there as well, let's pick out a colour. As long as we're holding it nice and still. You can see it's picked up on that. So what we're doing is we're recording. So it's still not recording, not every bit of recording has to be through drawing. This is still recording, but through rubbings. Recording the visual elements of texture, but we could also get pattern. There might be lines. If you think about the lines on the leaf, there's lines there as well. Let's think what else we've got. So the cheese grater, let's see what else we can get from there. There we go, that's quite a quick one. So even within a few minutes, we've gathered quite a few different ones. And you could almost play detective with this as well. So you could show the children and say, what do you think made that texture there? And what do you think might have made that texture? So they can kind of start thinking about textured objects in their environment or in the classroom that they could also use and see if they can find things. So these were mainly objects I found from the kitchen or around inside, but you could also think about what you can actually find outside in the garden as well. And then you can think, right, I've got this collection, what am I going to do with it? So you might then decide to cut into some of these and create some kind of collage from them. So you might decide, okay, I quite like that, but I wanted to have that coming through. So it might make something recognisable, or you might make something completely abstracted from something else. So you might have a theme to follow. It might be the theme of shape. Some shapes are coming through here. The shapes of these coins might dictate something. They might become eyes from a creature. And then you're playing around with composition and where things can take you. So might be something completely from your imagination, where the colours and the shapes might dictate what's going on. Okay, and this is what Max Ernst was doing, who's the artist put onto the PowerPoint. And he was choosing particular objects and texture surfaces to inspire different ideas. And when you've got something you're particularly happy with, you can stick it down, or you can rearrange it again, or you can go out into the garden and see if you can find more things. And keep on going and just see where your creativity takes you. Okay.